Once a giant, always a giant. For me, it's only a giant.
What's going on YouTube? Diggy546. Definitely hit that subscribe button if you're new. Like the video if you like the video. And I won't tell if you click that bell. But let's go ahead and get into this. So this is week 11. This is my 5th week of doing these picks. I've gone 8-6 last week. So that's a little bit better than my 9-7 the week before, or 7-7 the week before. So getting a little better every week. But without any further ado, let's get into week 11's matchups. So we're starting off with the Cardinals against the Seahawks. The Cardinals are 3-point underdogs, and the way that these two teams have been playing, I don't know why they're underdogs. I'm predicting the Cardinals to win this game, and I think it'll be a shootout. I think Russ will bounce back. But if Russ can't stop turning the ball over, I don't see any way they can beat this Cardinals team. They're too hot. Kyler Murray is playing out of his mind this year. He's playing ridiculous football. And it's all just comes down to if Russ turns the ball over, which it looks like he will. His defense is not going to be able to stop Kyler Murray. Not a chance in the world that they'll stop him. So I'm predicting the Cardinals to pull off this upset. I don't know why they're underdogs. Next, we got the Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. The Falcons are 5-point underdogs, and you got Jameis Winston in there, so you don't know how the Saints are necessarily going to look after a full week of preparation. That being said, I'm picking the Falcons to win. I'm picking the Falcons to win, pull off the upset. They got way too many weapons. I said this 2 weeks ago. They got too many weapons. I'm picking them to go in there, beat Jameis Winston, pick him off a couple times. This is the game I'm looking for Jameis Winston to arrive. If Jameis Winston arrives and doesn't turn the ball over and lights up the Falcons, that'll be amazing to watch. That'll show the New Orleans Saints have their quarterback of the future. So until I see that, though, I'm picking the Falcons to cover the spread and upset the New Orleans Saints. And then we got the game that I'm really looking at. Now, Joe Burrow is my guy, but I'm a Giants fan, and our next game is against the Cincinnati Bengals. And I want to see how this Cincinnati offensive line and defensive line deals with this Washington offensive line and defensive line, which I believe is better than them. And it all comes down to that. If they can protect Joe Burrow, I think that Joe Burrow should carve up this Washington secondary. And I don't think that Washington will be able to score enough points to keep up with Joe Burrow. So the Bengals right now are 1-point underdogs because of that offensive line. And I think that they'll come out with the win. I think that Joe Burrow will be able to score enough points to beat this team, but I think that it will be a rough game for him as far as dealing with that pass rush. Next, we got the Lions and the Panthers. And I think the Panthers will win this game. I think these teams are about as good as each other. Matt Stafford has kind of turned it around. He's kind of playing a little bit better. He's got this team overachieving. That being said, Matt Patricia is on his way out the door, and the Panthers they've really been playing great football with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback. I think they need to make a change eventually after the season. But for right now, they're in a lot of games with a lot of good teams, and I think that the Lions are by far the worst team they've played in weeks. So the Panthers should win. Then we got the Patriots and Texans. The Texans are 2-point underdogs. And they should be. Deshaun Watson, his stats this year are incredible, but the Texans this year have been horrible. And these stats that Deshaun has been putting up haven't been translating to wins. Not necessarily his fault. His coach got fired. It's a complete mess down there. He lost DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of Doritos. But I'm predicting the Patriots to win just because I think the Patriots are going to go on a win streak the second half of the season. Cam Newton looks back in prime shape. I predicted them to beat the Ravens last week, and the Texans are not as good as the Ravens. So I expect New England, if Cam can't turn the ball over. Cam cannot turn the ball over, but I don't think he will. I think they'll play sound football, and I think they'll come out with a win. Then we got the Eagles and Browns. The Browns are 3-point favorites. So they've been running the heck out of the ball. And the Browns have got a much better offensive line than the Giants do. The Giants last year established dominance on both sides of the ball. And I expect the Browns to do the exact same thing. If the Giants offensive line is, blowing the Philadelphia defensive line off of the ball every play and running the ball, imagine what the Browns are going to do with Nick Chubb. So Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, this is going to get really bad, really fast for the Eagles. So they're 3-point favorites, but I expect the Browns to win this game completely outright unless Baker Mayfield implodes. Then the Steelers are coming in as 10-point favorites against the Jaguars, and if there's no Gardner Minshew, then this spread should stay 10 points. They should win by more than 10 points against the Jaguars. The Jaguars are in that Justin Fields. They're in the fight for Justin Fields. They want Trevor Lawrence, waiting and hoping and wishing that the Jets win a game. Then you got the Titans coming in as 6.5-point underdogs against the Ravens. Now the Titans started off hot this year. They were playing great football last year, but they have fallen off badly the last couple of weeks. They've been playing some bad football. The Ravens just lost to the Patriots, and I expect the Ravens to pack it on. I expect them to beat this team soundly. They're similar teams. They both rely on the run game. They both have pretty good defenses, but I expect the Ravens to be able to come out with this win. I expect them to be able to stop Derrick Henry. I'm not sure if Calais Campbell and Brandon Williams are going to be able to come back, but we'll see how it goes, but I expect the Ravens to come out with the win. And then we got the Colts coming in as 2-point underdogs to the Green Bay Packers. I pick against the Colts every week. I do it, and they just always prove me wrong, and Phillip Rivers always proves me wrong, but they're playing against the Packers, and it just seems so wrong to me that they're only 2-point underdogs. I would say that the Packers should win by more than 2. I would just say that. But they're up and down. They've been in some pretty close games, and games this year have just been going really wonky. So I'll pick the Packers. I'll say they'll win in a close game, though. They should blow them out, but I say that they will indeed be within that spread. They'll win by 1 point. 1 point or 2 points or less. Next, we got the Jets and the Chargers. The Chargers are 8.5-point favorites in this game. They should be. I mean, Justin Herbert has been finding ways to, his team has been finding ways. He's been finding ways to lose these games in the clutch. They lost pretty soundly last week, actually. But this week, they're playing against the Jets. The Jets are the ultimate get-right opponent. And Justin Herbert should throw for another 300, another 3-4 touchdowns. And it should be done by the middle of the third quarter. The Jets should be thinking about what's going to happen when they get Trevor Lawrence next year. By the middle of the third quarter, they should be thinking about when they're going to get Trevor Lawrence and, what his jersey size is. They should be thinking about the blonde wigs that they're going to sell. They should be thinking about Trevor Lawrence in the middle of the third quarter. If not, then Justin Herbert is really, really in a bad spot. I expect him to blow this team out. Next, we got the Dolphins and the Broncos. The Dolphins are 3-point favorites, 3.5-point favorites, actually. I expect them to win this game completely outright. They beat the Chargers, who I think is a little bit better team. Yes, the Broncos beat the Chargers a couple of weeks ago, but I think the Chargers are still a little bit better of a team than the Broncos. And the Dolphins they're playing way too great. They're playing great defense. They're playing great team football. And it's really great to watch. And I think that they'll win. I think that they'll win by double digits. So I think they'll definitely win by more than this 3.5-point favorite line that they have. So take it. And then you got Dallas and Minnesota. So the Vikings are 7-point favorites. Depending on if Andy Dalton comes back, the Cowboys, might actually lose by 14 points if Andy Dalton comes back. If he doesn't, they should lose by 20 or more points. The Cowboys are a dumpster fire. Zeke can't run the ball. The offensive line can't block anymore. They can't run the ball. They've got all backups in there. It's a mess. It's a mess. If Andy Dalton comes back, they may be able to make this somewhat of a close game, but if he doesn't, it'll be bad. This is their ultimate prove-it game. If they can come out and beat the Vikings, if he can get the ball to these weapons, Andy Dalton, if he can get it to CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper, all of these guys, Tony Pollard, if he can get these guys the ball and win this game, then the Cowboys have a great shot at winning this division. They really do. But if not, this is pretty much the nail in the coffin. I think this is the Sunday night game. You got the Chiefs and the Raiders. I think this will be a great game. I think this will be a great game. I don't think this will be a blowout. The Chiefs are 6.5-point favorites. I think this will be a great game, and it'll come down to the end. It'll come down to the wire, and I think the Chiefs will end up winning it. I think it'll be a pretty close game, about 4 to 6 points. They're 6.5-point favorites, so maybe they cover that, but I don't think it'll be too much of a non-competitive game. The Raiders are a really good team. And then finally, the Monday night game, the Rams and the Buccaneers. Whew. Tom Brady last week, pretty much he destroyed that Panthers defense. The week before, a lot of struggles. That offensive line could not protect him. And the key to this game for the Rams is Jalen Ramsey is back there. Their second corner, I forgot his name, but he's been playing pretty good football lately. They've got Aaron Donald there. They've got Leonard Floyd there. If the Rams can be on defensively, they should win this game. That being said, the Rams are 3.5-point underdogs, and I expect them to lose. I expect them to lose because I think their defense can show up, but something about Jared Goff is scaring me, and I think he's going to throw this game away. So those are the picks for Week 11 of the NFL season. No Giants this week, so you can't say I'm biased. You guys let me know what I got right, what I got wrong. Leave it down in the comments. So if you made it this deep into the video, definitely hit that subscribe button. I make Giants content, NFL content, so all NFL fans are welcome here. And until next time, it's Diggy546, and I'm out.